Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. It is TheTranspondster here today with another speed build in The Sims 4 for you. Today we are building a tiny home residential lot. We are doing the tier 1 size of microhome, so it only uses 32 tiles, and I do use all 32 spaces. I would have preferred to use a platform to make that front roof bit flat and flush because I wanted it to be like a little bump out overhang piece, but I did just use a normal roof because I was out of tiles and I didn't want to waste my floor space for a roof piece. Anyways, we're building this tiny home in Henford on Bagley. It is a little bit modern for the style that I would have gone for the town, but I think that it works out okay because it is tucked off in the corner, and in my head I feel like the person that lives here would have just bought an empty lot and then placed their tiny home on it, so it's okay that it's a little bit more modern because it's designed for the taste of the sim rather than the lot. I don't have a sim living in this tiny home, but I do decorate it as though there is somebody living here. I feel like it's kind of generic enough that it's okay to add into your game, maybe just change the color of a couple things if you want, or download it unfurnished and you're all set. It is a limited pack build, so I do only use tiny living, of course, because it is the lot type that comes with the pack, and it seemed fitting that I included that in this build. I used eco lifestyle because I find that the wood tones match really well with the tiny living pack, so if you are getting, or if you have tiny living or eco lifestyle and you're looking for another pack and you're big into building, I highly recommend getting the alternative of what you don't already own. Another one that pairs well with them is Dream Home Decorator. I feel like they all came out around the same sort of time frame, so they all have the same kind of mid-century look to them, and they use the same wood tone, so they pair well nicely, which is one plus side because we know that things don't always match in The Sims. So I used those two packs, and then I used the Blooming Rooms kit, and I used technically the Get Together expansion pack, but the only item that I used from that are the white columns that you see on the front, on the bump out part, and then the one inside where the half wall is. So theoretically, if you didn't have Get Together, you could very easily download this build, play without the columns altogether, or just add in your own columns based on the packs that you do have, and you're all set to go. So technically in my head I only used the 3 packs on top of base game because I wouldn't really count Get Together as a fully used pack. It was just the one item, so don't let that little icon showing Get Together hold you back from downloading it in your game if you were to want to download this. One thing I do when I make a tiny home is I really try and utilize every single inch of space that I have. This isn't the kind of home that I would expect to see clutter free. So while I don't go totally overboard, in my opinion, some of you may think that I did, there's still empty slots, so that's why I feel like I didn't go overboard, but I do fill a lot of the space with clutter. I try and make most of the clutter usable clutter. Originally at the start where I have that chair, you might have seen that I tried to put an art easel. I chose to get the digital sketch pad instead, which does actually come with base game, so your sim can level up their painting skill with digital art instead, and they can even make some money doing freelance work with the sketchpad as well, so it felt like a more usable item and a space saving item. And then you saw behind the bed that I did get those vines there that I was talking about. I think I liked them better. I just raised them up a little bit so they went all the way to the ceiling and you wouldn't even notice because the bottom half is behind the bed. The bathroom, I was a little limited in terms of the shower and bathtubs. I'm so used to playing with all the packs that I didn't realize how bulky all of the combo ones were. I know they're pretty bulky still in the other packs, but maybe they're just a little more aesthetic to the eyes that it doesn't bother me so much. So I did end up using a really full-sized one. I thought about putting just a bathtub or just a shower, but I wanted them to have both because if I had to pick, I probably would have picked the bathtub, and we all know that Sims shower much quicker than they take baths, so for functionability, I did go with the combo one. But if you really wanted to go with the aesthetics of living in a tiny home, I feel like the bathtub would make more sense, especially if you don't have Snowy Escape or Discover University, or if you don't download your own CC into the game, because you can access just as a freestanding shower with all of those. So it's just a tap and the faucets on the wall, and then you can kind of build your own walls to make your own enclosed shower. You can leave it open, whatever floats your boat. It's a lot more flexible in that sense, but because I wasn't using any of those packs, I did just stick with the combo. So now there's my novel about the bathtub feature in this home, and I'm just finishing in all the clutter at this point. So once I found the laundry basket, I thought that would work perfect on the bottom of that table that I squeezed at the end of the bed. If you're wondering if the bed is still functional, it is. I play tested this lot, so everything does work. I made sure that your sim can use the toilet, can sit in all the chairs, work on the computer, get books from the bookshelf, watch the TV. They naturally go to relax in the bed. You can technically have two sims live here despite the bed being up against the wall. You would just have to kind of manually put them in the bed one at a time. So you would select one sim to sleep, and you would make sure that you click the side against the wall. And if they don't move over on the first try, if they're already in the bed, you can select the spot next to them, and they'll just slide over with whatever action you choose, whether it's relax or nap or, so on. So, in my opinion, it is easier to have just one sim living here, but you are not obligated to that. You can squeeze in the second one, and I think that there's actually more than enough space for two sims to live comfortably here, because if they're going tiny home route, they're already expecting to be in close living quarters. Honestly, the bathroom in this build's probably bigger than the bathroom I have in real life, so I wouldn't mind. Something you'll notice, though, as I'm finishing up all the furnishing in this build, especially in the bathroom, is that I missed a little bit of wall paint. I missed some in the bathroom, and then I missed the little half wall. I thought I clicked it, but the paint didn't transfer, at least to the one side. So I will assure you that even though in the screenshots they are not painted, they will be when it comes to being uploaded on the gallery, because I noticed it in my editing process before I shared the lot up on the gallery, so I had the chance to go and fix that. When I do build a tiny home, I really try and utilize all of the outdoor space. So while I am filling in a big portion of the lot at the back there with some more greenery because it blends in with the surrounding area, I do use the left side for a big garden area, and then the right side, it is more open. That intentionally, because when I went over to decorate that side, I noticed how lovely the view was, because you're like on this mountain side, so you're literally looking off the side of the mountain, and I thought that needed to stay open. And then I just plopped in a picnic table over there. I put some more aesthetic greenery on that side in terms of gardening. I know it's not an actual garden item, that little succulent standing shelf, I guess, for the plants, but in real life it would be, and I thought that, even though it's not kind of make-believe, have a little garden continued over on that side. And then because I also have the picnic table coming in there, I put a barbecue. I also don't have a stove inside, so it was very important for me to get that barbecue in. I did put a fridge, and you do have room for a microwave. I just didn't put one because if I put a microwave, then your prep area disappears. So to me, I would rather have that grill outside and the prep space inside than have the microwave inside and then my Sims just eating quick meals all the time. One thing that I find so disappointing is that the terrain paint that you see, all this effort that I put into here, does get deleted on me, and I didn't notice right away. So that I haven't fixed yet, but I probably should before I do upload it on the gallery. So I will assure you that even though in the screenshots it looks as though that terrain paint isn't there, I will go back and I will add it in. I'll try and replicate it as close as I can to what I had prior. I basically just used a couple different muds to make it look a little more organic, and like these people that would live here would spend a lot of time outdoors, because I feel like if you live in a tiny home, you're naturally gonna make use of all the organic space that you have outside your door. I always save the lighting for the end so that I make sure that I don't miss any. I like to do all rooms in one go, so I typically start off my builds with those little pod lights, and then I'll go and change them out with the lights off to finish up the home. And then it also lets me pick some light fixtures that fit with the aesthetic of the rest of the house, and then I'm not kind of going based off of the light fixtures and trying to decorate there, and everything just fits together better. Mentioned the bathroom not having wall paint, but I did go do that, so it's just the half wall that was missing. So I will assure you that I do go and paint the half wall, and you probably wouldn't have even noticed if I didn't say anything. Anyways, that is the end of this build. It was a nice quick one for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I love building tiny homes. I'll probably be building so many more on this channel as I progress. Anyway, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Enjoy some pan overs of my build, and have a nice day. Bye!